Good morning and a warm greeting from Antonio Carbonelli, Brescia, Italy. Last month we saw the origins of economic thought. However, what is the logical structure of economics? Last month we saw that from Smith onwards, the economists, in their opinions, disagree on almost all the arguments subject of the so-called economic science, even if they tend not to show too openly this embarrassing situation, which would be even comic if it didn't involve in consequences damaging billions of people, of which economists are therefore responsible or accomplices. At point 13 of my book Rethinking Economics, I show that on the level of its logic structure, and this explains such embarrassing phenomena, an economic thought historian critic shows that all economists agree on the fact that the uncertainty and difficulty of proving the correspondence to the reality of economic theories depends on the difficulty of isolating the variables on which a theory is based from the other causal factors that can interfere, then submit them to experimental controls. Here, however, lies the issue of economic reasoning logic structure. If we cannot submit economic theories to severe experimental controls, they are neither demonstrable nor refutable. And since, according to Popper's logic of scientific discovery, whatever is then subject to refutation doesn't have a scientific character, but a metaphysical one, it follows that economic theories, or at least most of them, are not scientific, but only metaphysical. Yet, for 250 years until now, dozens of economists have been taking the chair to lecture that now I will explain how the economy works. They should have the intellectual modesty of the scientist, who knows that his discoveries and assumptions may sooner or later be superseded by someone else. However, as Barras sees already in the 19th century, they never abandon claims of infallibility. Therefore, they often have an unlimited intellectual arrogance and even put on a show by calling each other a charlatan and an academic hack, when in many cases it is only the blind leading the blind. The issue, however, is that economic theories still have consequences for billions of people. Therefore, economists are responsible or accomplices of them. But precisely for this reason, even to the best economists, concessions cannot be made when we find errors or logical biases in their texts. Well, today we saw the logical structure of economics. Next month, let's look into the roots of illiberist thought. Meanwhile, thank you for listening and goodbye.